Welcome to UG50 and Beyond, Your Vision, Our Mission. This program is produced by the Public Relations Division of the University of Guyana and seeks to highlight the programs and services of the university. In studio with me are representatives from the Faculty of Social Sciences, who will be telling us a little more about the programs that Social Sciences has to offer and the various departments, some of the initiatives that are currently ongoing, and so forth. To my right is Ms. Nelsonia Pasad Budram, and she is a lecturer in the Center for Communication Studies. To her right is Ms. Debbie Hopkinson, and she is a lecturer in the Department of Sociology, correct? Welcome, ladies.
Thank you.
Okay, tell us about the programs that are offered in the social sciences generally, and then we'll get into the specific areas.
Okay. So generally we have a number of Bachelor of Science programs, and these include Bachelor of Science in Communications, Economics, Public Management, Social Work, Sociology, and we also have Law, Bachelor of Law. We also have an associate degree in Social Work and a Diploma Studies in Communication as well. I might have missed one, but I guess Elsuna will come in when she comes in. So those are the basic programs we have primarily. Yeah.
Okay.
I think I would add the diploma in public management and the diploma in business economics, the degree in business economics to that lineup of programs that we offer.
Okay. You'd like
but
to?
More than that, we also recently have also the master's program in social work that has come on board, and we also have the Commonwealth Business Administration master's program as well as the Public Administration master's program.
Okay, so these programs, the master's social work, it comes under the Department of Sociology.
Correct.
What are some of the other programs that come under the Center for Communication Studies?
Well, under the Center for Communication Studies, we carry two programs, the Diploma in Communication Studies and the Degree in Communication Studies. And we are working currently towards having 3 master's programs, which are Corporate Communications, VISCOM, Visual Communications, and Communications for Development. So we're hoping to launch those programs soon.
Very soon.
Very soon.
Okay. What is the duration of these programs?
Well, a standard diploma program at the university is normally 4 semesters or 2 years, and a degree program usually lasts 4 years, 8 semesters. The master's programs are usually 2 years, and a few of them may be 18 months, yes.
Okay, and I guess the same goes for the Department of Sociology.
Correct.
In terms of the years, the diploma and the degree are both 2 and 4 years approximately. Okay, what are the requirements for these programs?
Okay, so off the bat, and of course, whatever I missed, I know Elsuna will butt in, but off the bat is 5 subjects CXC, grades 1, 2, and 3. English is a must. That has to be included. There are some programs that do not necessarily require maths, for example, and those programs will specify that. So once you go on the website, you will see the specifications. Yes. But then you can also have entry with the Government Technical Institute diploma courses that they have. You can also have entry if you are a matured student. That means you are 26 and over. And you do, let's say you have not written CXC, but then you can write what we call the University of Guyana entrance examination, and having passed that, you can also enter with that. If you also have a recognized diploma from a recognized university, you can also gain entry to the University of Guyana. Elsuna, did I miss a few?
I don't think you missed much. Probably just the IDCE certificate. you can also gain entry to the university with that program. I believe it's a 1-year program.
That's the Industrial Relations and Management program.
IRM, yes, definitely. The thing about university is that there are many ways to access to gain entry into our university. A lot of times people see the CXC as the only way,
Yes.
or 5-subject CXC as the only way. You can also have 6 subjects at 2 sittings, so it does not necessarily mean 5 subjects at 1 sitting. And there are other ways of entering the university. We have the UGEE, we have English exam, we have maths exam for those who want to get into programs where maths is required. And we also in my department as well, we also take you through an interview process
Okay.
that sometimes we can use to help determine whether or not you're suitable, because sometimes you may not have all of these qualifications. So we allow you to write a UGEE and etc. And we also sit and interview you to sort of assess your suitability for our program.
What has been the response to the programs over the years?
Well, as you know, the university is a quite popular place.
It is.
So we always are welcoming to the large responses that large amount of students that we normally have on campus, and I do believe that numbers grow in a lot of programs, and but overall, I don't think I would be the correct person to speak to the stats, but in terms of the program that I am a part of,
Yes.
I know we have seen growth from 2009 to now, when we revamped our curriculum and started following the UNESCO model curriculum for journalism. We have seen a growth, and we've also been able to attract a lot of industry professionals
Great.
and media professionals
Great.
to our program.
Great.
Okay. Well, as for the Department of Sociology, I must say that every year our numbers continue to grow. I know currently we have, in the social work batch alone, for the second year students, for example, it's over 60 students. Sociology, likewise. So the numbers for social work and sociology continue to increase. I think and also for the master's program, I think for our first batch we had 25 students.
Great.
We had more who were
Interested.
applying and interested, but we couldn't take all of them. And so this year in particular, we're going to be graduating a number of our master's students. And so we want to encourage persons to, apply. I want to just make a very quick point here, if I could,
Sure.
that there is a myth, and I call it a myth out there, that your certificates that you get from the University of Guyana, they do not have merit. I want to debunk that view, and I debunk that view on the basis that in order for me to even, and I'm quite sure Elsuna, to get our master's or thereabout, we had to submit our undergraduate
Correct.
certificates. And I'm quite sure Elsuna can also speak to that, that we have learned so much from the University of Guyana that when we leave this country to study, we ace.
I agree. I agree.
We ace
I
it,
agree.
Yeah, well, we've both gone abroad and studied,
Correct.
I believe, and excellent study programs, of course, and whatever we would have learned at the university, I'm sure it would have benefited both of us greatly.
Great.
And I did excel and come back, so yes.
Congratulations. What has there been any programs that have been revised over the years to meet the changing needs of society?
Yes, well, I just spoke about the curriculum for the Communication Studies program, both the diploma and the degree. We would have revised it in 2009 to match industry demand, and so we would have done our homework and tried to find out what it is. So courses like online journalism and web design, and adding more courses that are relevant to the industry. We would have done this. and also made it a lot more practical. So part of a partnership we had with the Ohio University, we were able to get equipment, etc., etc. We were able to send staff for training, facilitated by our university and OU, and so we think we hit a good formula where we were able to deliver to the industry, and we are also currently in the process of revising that curriculum because it is now 10 years old. Basically.
Oh, great. Okay. What is the status with the radio station, TV station?
Well, everyone is so excited about that,
Yes.
right? Yes, well, we have been granted our radio broadcast license. So we are currently in the process of setting up our radio station, and this will be incorporated into our classroom sessions. We do sessions where students get practical experience, but we will take it to a different level where we can incorporate the live radio sessions, etc., into our classroom.
Great. Tell us about some of the collaborative initiatives within the center and department and how these help to enhance develop students.
Okay. Within the Department of Sociology, we usually have almost every year, from the first year onto the fourth year, or the second year, depending on which program they're doing, we would have projects. And these projects include community practice projects.
Okay.
They include research projects. They include counseling projects, because those are some of the components that we carry within the program. And so students usually have vast experiences dealing with people, experiences with research. So social work, for example, we partner a lot with the Ministry of Social Protection. We usually have a lot of collaboration with UNICEF and other agencies, other welfare and social agencies within Guyana. The sociology part of the program is also, I think, currently looking to also implement the masters in sociology, and I think that's going to be a great plus for Guyana. We have had graduates who've come back recently with a doctorate in criminology and all of that, and I think that is going to be a very good thing for Guyana currently, particularly with the imminent oil industry coming into Guyana. We will need sociologists to do a lot of background research on, the kind of effects it can have on Guyanese in general. Yeah.
Now, Sonia, you'd like to add anything?
Our department is very dynamic. We have so much going on a daily basis. When you come into our department, you normally see students involved in all kinds of stuff. And you would also see some of our students involved in on-campus activities, such as things like the Renaissance Lecture Series, Teen and Turkine Talks. Our students are involved in live streaming, in the production aspect of some of these activities. So they do get their practical experience, but we also have collaborative efforts happening with organizations who we team up with for our internship program. So our students do 2 internship courses, one in the 3rd year and one in the final year, where they get to go and work in these organizations. So you have a lot of ministries that are on board. You have places like CARICOM, etc., who take our students and they are supervised, and they also give them communications related activities to do, and they have to fulfill a number of hours, and then they get a report, and we also assess them, and that's part of their goes towards their training. We also do our final year research seminar. So our students are asked to do a 1-year research project, and they have to present it as though they are at an actual research seminar. And we also do a course called the IMC, the Integrated Marketing Communication, where students are encouraged to be entrepreneurs and present a communication product or business. And so they normally have a display every year on campus as well. And also the final year production class, they create a documentary, normally a mini documentary, and they do a viewing. So we
Yeah,
have
a lot is happening.
A
we
lot
have
is happening.
yes, we have a bunch of stuff happening.
All right. Why is social work and sociology important?
That's a great question, and I would love to answer it in this way, to say that social work, for example, deals with people.
Mm-hmm.
Social work is a career that is more interactive. So we interact directly with individuals, communities, and in a large way on a macro level, if it comes to that, in terms of helping to reform policies.
Mm-hmm.
Sociology is more research based. Sociologists may not, they do, but they may not have that sort of interactive space
Yes.
with people, but they look more at structures and systems, and that is why sociology and social work, they're two very important programs in the course at the university, because we need to understand, without social workers,
Mhm.
usually they're the first liners. So you get to the social workers first, and then they're able to refer you. Take, for example, all the mental health issues that are happening in Guyana currently. We need social workers. We need social workers in our schools. We do not have enough social workers in the schools, and so what we have happening is a lot of burden being placed on one person.
Yes.
And I'm hoping that the Ministry of Education is listening, because I think at one point, Minister Ramsarup, is it? He had advocated that a social worker be placed in every school. To date, we're still to recognize that. And if we can do that, I believe we will see a lot of changes happening in our country. So, those are some of the main reasons why social work and sociology are two important courses.
Great. The University of Guyana is not just about academia. There are clubs, there are other co-curricular
Correct.
activities that students can get involved in. Can you give us a little synopsis about the clubs and how they can help develop a student?
Alsuna?
Well, I can speak to this very well because we actually have the only campus Lions Club
Okay.
in this district, which is District 60A, and I am the president of that Lions Club on campus. So District 60A is Trinidad, Suriname, and Guyana,
Okay.
and we have the only campus club. So I think it's a good achievement for us in that we can motivate our young people to give back to their communities and to get involved in these areas of serving and service, because as you know, the Lions Club is very much about service. So I can speak to that very well because I've been a part of the club for the past 3 years.
Mhm.
But there are also many other activities for students to get involved in on campus. You have sports, basketball, cricket, football. We have our annual athletics championships, etc., happening, and you have debating competitions. I know they usually have those. So I'm pretty sure there's a lot more happening as well that I myself may not be aware of. And there's an exciting space being created right now at the university with the student complex. Hopefully the building will be completed soon and available to students for them to utilize that space.
Okay. Would you like to add anything to that?
Maybe just to say that the university also offers opportunities for volunteerism.
Mhm.
And I think that students need to begin to see volunteerism as very significant, because it also lends itself to experience. And I recall the very first time that I left this country to go to America, it was through volunteering. And I was a student at the University of Guyana. Then I had just started in my first year. And so if our students begin to see volunteerism, and we offer that in so many ways, because there are times when somebody may call to say, listen, we have this opening, we have this opportunity, then we are able also to identify our students and refer them. So there are lots of opportunities available for our students. We just have to make sure. But one of the opportunities, Elsuna, I would like to see come on board, I would like to go there for a little bit, is my experience working as an invigilator out of Guyana, you know. And I think that was an awesome experience. I got some money, of course. And I think it is something we could look into so that we can give some of our students who sometimes find it difficult, you know, to earn a little bit. So,
Well, I can speak to that. We do in our department. We do get students involved in some of the projects that we
Yeah.
work on, and students do get paid.
Yes.
So sometimes our students are very happy, and a lot of times also organizations will write to us and say we need a student for a specific purpose. We're looking for a particular skill, and we're able to match the student and also recommend a rate at which they should be paid to that
Great.
organization. So I mean that is what we're there for, to facilitate these kinds of relationships and to have our students have the best opportunities possible.
Talk about some of the staff research and how it influences other staffers' research and, by extension, students.
well, I would put it this way. In terms of, I've recently returned. And so for my students, I'm currently supervising. One of the things I've said to them, because this is my second year in supervising some of the students' research, what I've said to them is, if I'm able to see that the research is good, and of course it has to be good because I'm supervising,
Yes.
then we can work on making this, taking it further. Because for the social work students, for example, they only do a proposal, a research
Yes.
proposal, which is very different to what the sociology students do. They actually do a proposal and then they have to conduct the research itself. I do not supervise, I have not supervised any sociology students yet.
Okay.
But for the social work student, I'm saying to them, listen, we can take this proposal further and try to get funding so that we can actually execute the project. And if that comes on stream, then you become a part of it and you will earn from that.
Yes.
I believe that students must be given credence for their work. I don't believe that as a staff, I must take that which a student has done well
Yes.
and use it for my own gains. And so that is something that I will be advocating for within my department. And I know it has been done before too, that many students would have benefited from their research projects as well. So there's scope for that.
Would you like to add, Nelsonia?
A lot of staff are engaged in research. I must say it has been a difficult process overall for me because of time constraints. And I love research. I do teach research as well, and I supervise students. I don't think staff do as much research as we would like to because of some of the other responsibilities that we
Yes.
have on
Yes.
campus and a lot of the other challenges that we have on campus. And but from my department, we were able to publish a group of students did undergraduate research in 2011 called Virtual Politics, where they examined the online space and what was happening in that space leading up to the 2011 election. So we do have students doing a lot of work in these areas, and we were able to, and I know the undergraduate research unit, what do you call it, Dr. Troy Thomas?
Yes.
Yes, he will have seminar.
The
Right, his
conferences.
undergraduate research conference,
Yes.
they have also been producing a lot of work in this area. And I do know that most departments have
Yes.
that final seminar that they have their students presenting their work and doing that paper and so on. And I'm seeing, the collaborative research that happens between staffs. And I think we definitely need to do more of
Yeah,
cross-faculty
Yes.
and
Correct.
cross-department research and how it can benefit, like communications, especially. We can be married to so many
Yes.
other areas, technology, sociology,
Social,
social work, and
correct.
all these other areas. So, yeah, definitely there is a lot more
Scope for that.
scope for that on campus.
A lot of great work comes out. I recognized through the undergraduate research conference to the extent whereby the Guyana Innovation Prize was formed, and a graduate and a current lecturer, Dr. Fox, they have won the prize. So a lot of great work is coming out of that. Why should a student join the Faculty of Social Sciences?
It's the place to be. I mean, this is life, right? This is what life is about. Social sciences. Am I right?
Of course. And apart
You're
from that,
human.
the social sciences is the biggest faculty on campus.
Yes.
We have graduated thousands of students. And if you think about it, we have economists because economics is a department. We have we have managers, we have project managers, we have public administrators, we
Yes.
have some of our best what you call yourself?
Communication.
Media
Specialists.
personnel,
Yes.
communication specialists. We
Yes.
have a lot of those that have come from the University of Guyana.
True.
So I think you can answer that
Actually,
question
it's
now.
my favorite faculty.
Correct.
I'm
It's
not.
my
I'm
favorite
going,
faculty.
I'm going to be a little bit more. I'm going to be neutral.
Yes.
I'm going to be a little bit more neutral than you guys. And really and truly, what I do when students come to me, I advise them to follow their passion.
Yes.
that
And
is important.
in previous years, I've had students come to me and said, "Miss, I was doing biology, but I want to work with a camera, or I want to do something in media and things like that." And I would encourage my students to follow their passion.
That's important.
If it is that you want to do biology, do biology.
Yes.
You
Correct.
can come back.
Yes.
If you want to do this now and then go back, no problem, right? So I normally advise my students to pursue what interests them and what would hold their interest. Embarking on 4 years of study or 2 years of
not
study is a big decision when you have to work, when you have to finance yourself, or if someone is financing you. It's a lot of responsibility. So it's not something to take lightly.
Correct.
You know.
Correct. And you do better when you follow your passion as well.
Yes.
You will excel more. And the other thing is, like Elsuna said, academic advisement is good. We have to be able to point our students in the direction that they feel most fitted to achieve and excel at.
There you have it, folks. We had some very important, very pertinent information from the Faculty of Social Sciences. Thank you to Ms. Nelsonia Prasad Budram and Ms. Debbie Hopkinson. And if you need more information about the Faculty of Social Sciences, you can go to the University of Guyana website. If you have questions, you can go to the University of Guyana Facebook page, send them to the University of Guyana Facebook page. And thank you for watching.